Hi guys, Matt back again. So, a few months ago, well, not a few months ago, probably about a month ago, I took the plunge and I thought I'll have a go at some Landsknechts. And this is a period and an army that I'd actually avoided for a very long time because they just look so difficult to paint, the different colours, and I just thought this is going to be just so time consuming. But the more I read about the period and the Italian wars and the Landsknechts and the Swiss, and the whole, the Burgundian wars that came before that, I just really got into the period, and I thought this is fascinating. And so I thought, well, I'll buy an army. Also, I was kind of provoked into this by Steve, on Point Gaming, on Point HQ, sorry, on YouTube. He got some Landsknechts and he painted them up, and they looked absolutely fantastic. So I thought, well, I can't put it off any longer. I'm going to have a go. And, well, no, me being me, I don't do things by half. I don't buy small units. I tend to just go for it. And I did do. So I bought the Warlord starter army. So that was about a month ago. Now, as you know, we've all got different projects going on, but this has kind of become my main project at the moment. I'm still finishing off a couple of little bits and pieces with my English Civil War and some of my Wars of the Roses, but they're almost done, those two armies, and so this really is my next project. Okay, so what have I done so far? Let's take a look. Okay, so first unit that I painted was the Zveyhunders. Okay, so the Zveyhunders, these guys are basically they're intended to be at the front rank of a Landsknechts army. Okay, and they carry two-handed swords. They're usually better armoured than the regular Landsknechts. So what I did with these was all the ones with kind of breastplates and some kind of armour I gave to the Zveyhanders. Okay, so the Zveyhanders, their use in the Landsknecht army was for pretty much chopping up the pikes of the opposing forces and using their two-handed swords to actually chop their way through the pike ranks of the opposing forces. Okay, just take the camera off there so we can see a little bit better. So yeah, and some of them were used in kind of forlorn hopes, so they could kind of get in and kind of make that break in the pike blocks. Mainly the Swiss, obviously, their main opponents, and the French and the Spanish tercios. So sometimes they were doppel soldiers, so they were paid double in order to do this because it was very dangerous. And so my thinking with these was I'll put them in the front ranks. I'll probably intermingle them with the pikemen, possibly, but also I could have them as a separate unit, a unit of forlorn hope, charging in, breaking the pike blocks so that the pikemen and other units can then do their work. Okay, so these are my Zveyhanders, basically two-handed swordsmen, German mercenaries, obviously, of the Landsknechts. So those are the guys that I started with. So I've done all of the Zveyhanders from the box, from the starter army, and you get 24 altogether, and that's about right because in a unit of in a company of 300, they're organised into companies of 300. You would usually get about 50 men who were Zveyhanders, and I've got about 150 models, so it makes sense that about 25, 24 are Zveyhanders. So the proportions are about right for the company. Okay. Next thing we're looking at is the small cannon that came with the box. Okay. Basically, I have no idea that they use these things. Okay, it's like a giant musket, and apparently it's called a handbush light gun. Okay, so it's basically a very light cannon. I hope you can see that. It's a bit dark. A light cannon that essentially is just used for support. Now, the Landsknechts did have cannon. they did have artillery, okay, and I need to add some to the army. But there's no artillery that comes with this start set. Okay, you get the Zveyhunders, you get the light cannon. Okay, you get pikemen, obviously about 100 pikemen, and you get handgunners that you can also double up as crossbowmen, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to have handgunners. I'm not going to have a crossbowman in this group. So that's the second thing I painted up. And then I moved on to the pikemen. Okay, so I've got the pike block in front of me. So obviously these wouldn't usually be in a line like this. They'd be kind of in a deeper formation. But I started painting these guys up, and these are as many as I did of these. Just move the Zveyhunders out of the way. Okay. Yeah. So far I've painted up 20 pikemen in the kind of colourful uniforms of the Landsknechts. Okay. So these are kind of my regular pikemen, and they will be obviously the mainstay of the army. They wouldn't be in ranks like that. They'd more likely be in a kind of pipe block formation, wouldn't they? Yeah. Okay. They'd fight like that, really. Okay. So that's my pipe block. And then I thought to myself, well, I've done all the coloured uniforms now, so I've got used to doing that. I'm not afraid of painting the colours anymore. So I thought I'd have a go at the black band. Now the black band were also Landsknechts, and they were in the service of the King of France. Okay, generally, and they were considered traitors by the main Landsknecht units, although the black band fought for both sides. I mean, all Landsknechts did. You know, they weren't kind of they weren't just fighting for the Holy Roman Empire, and they weren't just fighting for the Papal States. They weren't just fighting for France. You know, they fought for everybody. But the black band were a specific regiment, okay, of Landsknechts that kind of wore this kind of black and red uniforms, kind of to designate themselves. So I've got command unit in the centre there. Okay. So probably going to give these people names because some of them are quite nice in terms of the way they look. Okay. So we've got command unit with the drummer. All right. Okay. And I've got 24 pikemen as well. So I've got 24 in that unit so far. Yeah, 24 so far in that unit, so 6 bases, and that's probably as many as I'm going to do of the black band. I don't want to do too many black band, so if I do 24 black band and then the rest are all regular pikemen, okay, that will give me a nice mix. And then, you know, the black band just basically breaks up the look of the battalion, doesn't it? The regiment. Okay, you know, the pikemen in their different colours, you know, alongside the black band as a separate unit would look quite nice on the battlefield. Or if I can't find anybody to play against, I can use a black band as the opposing enemy. Okay, so a black band fighting the regular Landsknechts. Okay. So that was the black band. So altogether I've painted 48, 50, 60 of the troops so far. You get about 130 models in the box. Yeah, you get around about 95 pikemen, and then you get about 24 Zveyhunders and 24 gunners or crossbowmen, and then you can get 4 metal officers as well. So you've got about 150 models altogether, which is about half the size of a usual Landsknecht company, which would be about 300. So Landsknecht companies, about 300 of them. They would, regiment, would have about 300. A company would be about 100, okay, and then those companies would be divided up in something called Rottens. Now the Rottens were basically platoons of 10 men with a Rottenmeister, who was the kind of the sergeant of the Rotten. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to kind of take 10 or maybe 12 of the pikemen, and I'm going to turn them into a Rotten. So I'm going to probably do a couple of Rottens, so a couple of platoons. Okay, so the reason why I want to do that is I kind of want to get away from the kind of, you know, painting everybody a different colour, because that's quite difficult to do and time consuming. But I want to give them a kind of distinct feel. So when you look at the battlefield, you can see the kind of black and red of the black band. You can see the highly coloured uniforms of the more regular Landsknechts. Then you can see the Zveyhunders, and then as when I get them done, you'll see the arquebusiers, the handgunners, and then you'll see maybe one or two distinct units of men who are different Rottens, different Landsknecht platoons. Okay, so that's how I've got so far. So I'm more than halfway through the box, so eventually I will get these done. I'm hoping to get these done in the next few weeks. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I'm going to be very busy at work over the next few weeks, but I will certainly be able to get 40 odd pikemen painted in 7 weeks. I've got 7 weeks at work, and then I've got another week off, and then I'm going to try to maybe even start my summer project then, which is going to be the Romans and Gauls. Okay, so that is the Landsknecht army done so far that I bought from the Warlord starter army set about a month ago, and I've really enjoyed doing these guys. I've really enjoyed doing a bit of research into the background. I'm probably not 100% accurate in everything that I've said in this video, but yeah, like I say, very, very enjoyable army to start to paint. All I need now is somebody to play against. Okay, so take care guys, and I'll see you soon, and the next video will probably be my finish up Friday on Friday. Okay, and we'll see what I've finished up. Okay, thanks guys, take care, bye.